you name them, Mazungas.
Thank you very much. This is a Pan-African platform. We come here every day to talk about African issues. Today, our topic is how Ibrahim Traore is going to end Western influence if he's live more than 5 years. You see, Africans, we need to organize ourselves. I mean, the citizen of Africans. If we organize ourselves, we mobilize people on the ground and give a support to people like Ibrahim Traore, Asimi Koita, and Jane of Niger. At this time, Africa is in a very, very critical position. What we need to understand is geopolitics is changing. And if Africans, we don't position ourselves in a rightful way, we will be finished. At this time, what Africans need to do, organize ourselves and place ourselves in a strategic position. Western countries, they failed, but their plan was to place a military bases all over Africa. So if they put a military bases all over Africa, they will bring their biological laboratories in at every corner of Africa. They will use those things to test every medicine they want to produce. Africa will never develop. Only poor people will remain in Africa. The one they have the opportunity to graduate, they will have to work in the Western society, corporations. Africa will be only be used to take out natural resources. Nothing will be developed there. Good thing now Africa has more choices. We can go to Russia, we can go to China, Turkey, Brazil. All these countries now are available. So, what Africans need to do, let's come together and create a biggest youth movement. If we have a youth movement, that can put a pressure on these politicians who are just a puppet. They've been handpicked by the West because you cannot take out a Western influence. We have to understand every country has a sellout. So these people, they are very, very talented to come to Africa and select those type of people and empower them by using their NGOs, corporations. They fund them, they push them ahead of everybody. And when these people get to the power, they're not thinking about you. This is what we need to understand. We can blame our leaders, but African citizens has a responsibility too. So we need to know how these leaders are selected. Election election doesn't exist in Africa. They select these people. Look at even the political parties, oppositions, all those things. Each country in Africa, how many political parties they have? Who's funding these people? The opposition and ruling party are 69. None of them are good. No ruling party is worse than the opposition party. This is what we need to understand. Once we see this, Africans will be able to pull their resources together and select people who can do the work perfectly. If you look at the African Union has more PhD holder than any European government or more than European Union commission. But we don't see this. With all those big degrees, they will never be able to make any differences because they've been infiltrated and hijacked. So we need to change our behavior as African and try to see things in a different angle. If Africans we give support to these people, Africans need to understand. We need to continue this replacement of these leaders. Coups are good if they favor the people. If we can remove Alassane Ouattara, we can remove Nigerian president, Africa will be straight. But as long we have this type of leaders who serve the colonial master, according to Ibrahim Traore, and we all know this, he's the only one who man up to come out publicly and say it. And we know, even all this tea group we have in Africa, who is funding these people? If you look at them, these people are very, very poor. They don't have no money. They cannot feed their family. But how can these people have those kind of weapons? Who's giving them fuel? Who's buying them those cars, transportation? So, but we Africans, we just think, oh, these people are, T group. They are jihadists. No, these people are mercenaries. They hire mercenaries, and the mercenary will come to your country and post themselves as a terrorist group. This is how we should understand it. If we cannot see this, I cannot see Africa getting out of this situation. So these are the things we need to understand. It's time for Africans now to see things. The recent Europe and America is developed. They come together. They came together. They have their own differences. Even though America is not on the continent of Europe, but America never separated themselves from Europe. Never. So their foreign policy pretty much is the same. If you have a problem with France alone cannot do nothing because they don't have an economy, they don't have a military power. But who's supporting them? They will go hide behind European Union, and they will go to America. So now, when these people are coming to gang up on one small state and poor state, what other Africans are doing? We just sit there and watch, and we just cry on internet. We don't try to organize ourselves. You see, in this life, whoever is more organized take over the world. No matter what resources you have, if other people are more organized than you will end up serving them. You will work for them. Even though you are the one with the money, they will create a situation where you will go there and save your money there. And once you save your money there, what do they do with that money? They will go use that money and invest it and lend it to other people with interest. And now even you yourself will end up going there, lending money, and what money do they give you? The same money you put in their bank, the same money they will give it to you and add interest to it. And you pay. So they will get your money, control you, manipulate you, and get more resources. But Africans, still people are sleeping. We need to organize. Swallow our egos. Stop crying. See, if we understand the world, we complain about racism, all those things. Racism is here to stay. Marginalization is here to stay. All right? So the only thing anybody can do, don't try to be a victim of a racism. Don't try to be a victim of marginalization. So what we can do is organize ourselves, protect our interests. That's it. That's the only thing we need. But Africans don't want to do anything. We want to go to a place where other people already built. And when they see you coming there, you come from the poor place. I mean, they can do anything to you. You can go and complain, but nothing will change. This is how world work. If Africans came to come together and put their military together, put their finances together, create a one payment system, we don't need nobody. We have a manpower, we have enough resources, and we can build ourselves. This is what we need. Thank you very much.